Australia is the world's only island continent and is home to many famous natural landmarks. The Great Barrier Reef is one of the few natural phenomena to be clearly seen from space. It stretches 3,000 kilometres, and scientists and medical researchers are still unlocking its secrets. In contrast, in the dead centre of the country is an equally awe-inspiring yet very different entity, Uluru, a unique 15 square kilometre freestanding rock. It rates as a must-see and feel attraction. The red desert sands of the Australian outback are one of the few unexplored resources of modern medicine. Aborigines have lived there for over 60,000 years, gathering a vast reservoir of bush medicine lore, little of which has been extensively tested by modern science. Aboriginal elders, like Vincent Forrester, say they have a cure for many ailments. Even warts can be killed off with the help of the thorns of the dead Finnish bush. The seed pods of this plant are also used to make flatbread.
Well, when you look around the desert park, you walk around in the bush, you have a look at all the pretty flowers, but those pretty flowers, that's our supermarket, that's our pharmacy, all wrapped up in one. That information is taught from the grandmother down to the grandchildren. She is the person who has the knowledge of all these plants and all that you will see around in the bush there. They are the keepers of the intellectual property.
It is knowledge built on countless generations of experience, but in the last 2 centuries, many scholars have published cultural information from Indigenous people without asking for approval first. This has stopped Aborigines from sharing a lot of their knowledge, especially details on bush medicine. Elders like Forrester are adamant that their traditional information should not be handed out to anyone and instead needs the protection of intellectual property rights.
There's hundreds of them. Aboriginal people have known about lots of different plants, lots of ones that we still don't know about, but we're yet to find a lot of them and what they're good for. So here at the park we go out and look for different types of plants that might be useful to people in their gardens. But Aboriginal people have had this knowledge for tens of thousands of years, so for them it's nothing new.
3 years ago, a far-reaching ethno-pharmacological study of Australian medicinal plants was begun, aimed at documenting the medical knowledge of elders in the Yagul community. These researchers are unlike previous scientists. They are working with Indigenous communities to protect their intellectual rights, something that has put them at the forefront of an international movement on the issue. They are scientifically testing a wide range of plants that Aboriginal elders have said are particularly potent, working on well-known plants such as the leafless ballot, as well as some previously unidentified specimens. Joanne Jamie, senior researcher of the project, says their team was approached by the Aboriginal community in a bid to document information that was being lost.
This is regarded as a very important issue because this knowledge is being lost, and it's being lost in part, unfortunately, because elderly members of the communities that have this information are dying, and also because communities, social changes are actually undergoing dislocations. So there's actually a real need by the communities to have this information documented for its preservation, for its cultural purposes.
The research team is hopeful of finding new cures for illnesses, but just as important to them is ensuring that any medicinal agents they produce will be internationally patented. It's hoped that this is the beginning of a project that takes ancient knowledge to the modern world.